on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of a judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I tried to give you a break. So I was teasing X. I said, oh, one earring. He said, I got two. I think men that wear two, is it when you say no offense, you're about to offend people? Anyway, men wearing two earrings look stupid. And no, I'm not calling him stupid. So don't say that. I didn't call him stupid. He is not stupid. He has a college degree and one of the smartest people I know. But men wearing two earrings don't make no sense to me. You look like a girl. Okay. Because everybody calls me bald. But I'm not bald. I have hair. But if they can't see, too bad. Now watch this. Flip side. Those are his ears and he can do whatever he wants with them. So leave him alone. There. That's what makes people mad. Well, you need to just... So I'm not going to die on a hill because I may disagree. Or do I really disagree or am I just arguing? I'm just arguing. And I'm only doing it because it's him. You know why? Because he argues back. And have a conversation. Nobody gets mad. I'm not speaking to you anymore because you said that I don't have any hair. Like, what? Right. And he looked at me like, hey, dude, what? I got two earrings on. Like, what's wrong with you? You blind? You know what I'm saying? Like, not all, right? But he's different. Are you Z or young millennial?
I am a millennial.
You're millennial. Okay, that's what that is. Okay. See, he's a millennial where he, like, gets his hair cut all the time and clean shaven and dress, right? Don't look like they walk out the house and put their slippers on. I saw somebody in their actual, like, she had a robe, she had PJs on, and some fluffy shoes, and she was driving a car. I said, if you get in an accident, it's going to be easy to write you a ticket. Oh, look here, I got 8 or 9 different things that she was doing that she should have not been doing for driving. So, but that's how people are, Sometimes you do things and you get found guilty and you're a criminal. But I got to talk to Donald Trump. President Trump. Dude, have you lost your mind? Like, are you really? TheGrio.com GRIO.com, has a story today written by Hanaya Philogene. A source from the Trump administration says President Donald Trump is considering extending a presidential pardon to Sean Diddy Combs. Deadline reports that Trump is seriously considering pardoning Combs following his partially guilty verdict in his federal trial for racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution. Now, should anybody care? Well, you care. And the picture they put up, right? They superimposed the picture of Diddy next to Donald Trump, which I think is the worst kind of AI-generated garbage, because those two people might have been seen in a picture when they were younger, but not in recent years. And I think that's a little disingenuous. No, that's cheating. And that's deceptive. But I digress. Racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution. Now, I know most people who've gotten pardons, and I did a quick Google search. Most people who have received pardons based on basically drug offenses, right? Because it's easy. Smoking some weed, selling some weed, it's illegal, but everywhere is making it, pardon. Racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution. So here's my question. If Jeffrey Epstein were alive, would he have pardoned him? I don't know. Would he have pardoned him? Trump has reportedly publicly entertained the idea of pardoning Bad Boy Records mogul in an Oval Office gaggle. I don't know what that means. That means they were talking. However, after grand jury found Combs guilty on charges of transportation to engage in prostitution, other insiders told the outlet that the idea went from just another Trump weave to an actionable event. While the White House has not confirmed these reports, the news comes after Combs made another request to be released on bail. You remember this past July 28th, he reportedly asked the judge to release him on a $50 million bond while he awaits sentencing for his federal conviction. Combs' sentencing hearing is currently scheduled for October 3rd, where he could receive 2 to 5 years in prison. So here's the kicker. Out of all the things that we've given people pardons for, I would say, if you take race out of the equation, how many sex offenders do you know had a pardon? Now, I could see commuting his sentence. He's been in jail for a minute. I would say commute his sentence, but don't pardon him. What are you telling black boys and girls when they see somebody who they found guilty, who we know was guilty? We have video that he's guilty. We have evidence that he's guilty. We have cops testifying that he's guilty. Some of it, he knows he did. But yet, you want to pardon him? What do you think? 833-212-1017 is the number. I say no. I say absolutely not. Sean Combs got the best lawyers he could possibly afford, and he can. He's almost a billionaire if he's not one already. He has the ability to take care of it. He has the ability to do all those things. He had the best lawyers he could possibly have. The judge even gave him some breaks, even though they kept him in jail, which is probably a smart thing because he got enough money to disappear. But what do you think? Do you think Sean Combs should get a pardon? Or do you think Sean Combs should, given a commutation, right? You're guilty. We're just going to commute your sentence to time served and let him out. and be done. He'll still be a convicted felon. And because he's a convicted felon, there are going to be some things he can't do and some places he can't go. Or just give him a straight, I don't know. Like, I think those are the only things you can do. Give him a pardon or commute his sentence. But he hasn't even been sentenced yet. And I think the one thing we're forgetting, I think the one thing we're overlooking, I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, male, female, straight, queer, doesn't matter what you are. In the end, no matter what, a criminal is still a criminal.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken. No, that was that day. You're listening to. Oh, now you listen. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host. We just down here having fun. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Now, here's what really happened. He thought I was playing music. I thought he was playing music. He said, well, you banned me from playing. I said, no, that was last week. That was just that one day because you played music after that. And now he pretending like, music? Oh, what's that? You're the producer. You're supposed to play music. You gonna find me some music? You gonna find me some music? You gonna find me some music? No, that's okay. I'm gonna find some music because I know your music. You be playing that old jackleg music. People are like, who is this? Like, why you playing this old weird stuff? No, let me find what kind of music y'all want to hear? 833. We're just goofing around. 833-212-1017 is number. What kind of music you want to hear, X? Don't be coming up with nothing all crazy now.
You don't want to hear the music I listen to.
What? Okay, I'm not asking you a question ever again until the next time I ask you a question. How's that? What kind of music you want to hear?
Me? What kind of music
Dude,
is on
who
my
else am I
Spotify playlist?
Wait. Why do people say that? Hey, X, what kind of music do you want to hear? Who, me?
You know, I've been listening to some Drug Dealer. You don't know what that is, though.
Okay, Drug Dealer. What else? See, I hate when people assume you don't know anything or they're younger than you, and then they say something silly like, well, you don't know what that is. Oh, okay.
Some WizKid.
Okay.
Some Young Franco.
Young Franco, no. I can't do Young Franco. But you're also doing some things where I got to find instrumentals because I actually like 1017 The Truth having a license. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. All right.
These are kind of esoteric music, you know.
I know they are. I know. But I don't do esoteric music on my show because esoteric music is like trash. No, but in all seriousness. He likes esoteric music, and I don't like esoteric music because it doesn't flow with my. Yeah, I gotta say something young folks say. It doesn't flow with my energy, and because it doesn't flow with my energy, music puts me in a mood. I ain't talking about that kind of mood. Music puts me in a mood, and so because it puts me in a certain mood, if you hear music that's really not conducive to what you're doing, it don't really work like that. So anyway, 833-212-1017 is the number. Katie, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hey, I just asked for some Sade music, but we'll see what happens.
I can do some Sade.
I called really. Okay.
All right.
I called because we were talking about Diddy.
Yep.
And I know you named all the things he was brought up on his charges.
Right.
But actually, the charges that he was originally brought up on
don't matter.
They
anymore.
did not prove their case.
Correct. So now
they didn't prove their case.
Correct.
And so then they came up with some other things, right?
No, they didn't come up with some other things. Out of all the charges he got charged with, some they found him not guilty, and others they found him guilty. But those charges were there in the beginning.
Okay. So you and I differ on that.
Well, but that's what the court said.
So my thinking was
it's kind of
but they snuck some stuff in.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. You can't sneak charges in.
Okay.
Yeah. Now here's what I think you're thinking about.
That was the thing.
Here's what I think you're thinking about. Sometimes if I find you, for example, guilty of if I charge you with first degree intentional homicide, I can mitigate that and say, no, it's second degree because both of them were intoxicated or something, and that was the cause of it. I can do that. But you can't just add charges.
Yeah.
That can't happen.
Right. So that's why I originally felt that you can go ahead and pardon them. I would pardon them because they did a little trickery there. But you're saying that was always there. So okay.
All right. Thank you much.
Okay, Sade. Okay.
All right. So she was wrong, and she wants Sade. I mean, they presented all the charges. They found him not guilty on some. They found him guilty on others. There was nothing extra added. Like, you can't go, oh, by the way, Judge, it's the last day. Can I add this other thing in here? No, you can't. You presented the charges. This is what we have. That's what it is. Full stop. But for some reason, people don't trust the justice system. People don't trust how it works. Now, did you hear anybody from Combs's defense team or Sean P. Diddy Combs himself say, I got a raw deal? Did anybody that sat through that case say, oh, well, he got messed over, or they should have charged him, found him guilty for more? You know why? They sat and listened to all the testimony from beginning to end. studies have shown in the justice system that when people sit through all of their testimony, they're okay with whatever verdict that comes because they were there. And if they're found guilty, they're found guilty. And I get it, but most people will be okay with it. And so you can't get mad, you can't get upset, you can't think somebody got messed over, because they didn't. They actually didn't. 833-212-1017 is the number. So let me see what's on the talk and text line. Defense is scary. People are also scary. Okay. Somebody said a pardon. Why would you pardon somebody who's literally guilty? You saw the things that he did. He ran a prostitution ring. That. Are you saying not guilty because he's black? Or are you saying pardon him because he's, you don't think he did it? I'm just saying. He's a criminal. And a criminal is a criminal. He committed the crime, do the time. It is completely and totally up to the President of the United States if he wants to pardon Sean Combs. That's it. What we think about it, what we know about it is right there in the court transcript. It was there every day. You decide. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken. It's me again.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I ain't going to keep you too long. But you were speaking of crimes and do the time. If you do the crime, do the time and all that stuff. Only thing I want to say, I don't feel is fair. And you know why I feel that way.
I know why
because
you feel that way. But what do you mean it's not fair? What's not fair? What's not fair?
When I say it's not fair, because if you got a lot of money, you can buy your way out of it.
In some instances,
if you don't, you have to pay the price.
Correct. So if you have a good lawyer, I'm not disagreeing with you. If you have a good lawyer, you can get a good defense. That's it.
But a crime is a crime.
Sure.
If a person did the crime, what could a good lawyer say?
You got to be found. You got to be found guilty though by a jury of your peers. That's it. If you're found not guilty, you're not guilty, whether you did it or not. That's how the system works.
Well, the system, I'm going to tell you, they're hypocritical. They're very hypocritical.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of things going on that people do not get charged for that did it.
Sure.
And they don't get no time. And it's not right.
No, it's not.
I really don't.
But you understand that that's how the system works.
And they'll say, and then they'll say they're so Christian-y, and this and that and that. That's not Christian.
I don't understand what you're saying about that. Christianity has nothing to do with the justice system. And,
yes, it does. It has to do with what's right and what's wrong.
And the individual 12 people, you're conflating what the system is supposed to be and how the system actually works. And while I understand that, that's just not how the system works. Right. Because you have people in the system, and people are not, you can't dictate, you don't know what people are going to decide. And so you got what you got.
That's why I call them a bunch of hypocrites, just like with these guns. They know what guns do. They know guns kill.
Okay, we're not talking about guns.
And then all of a sudden they're crying about the guns. They should stop all that crying.
We're not talking about
treat
guns.
Everybody fair when it comes to the justice system.
We ain't talking
That's all I'm saying. Treat them fair when it comes to the justice system. That's what I got to say. I got a lot more to say, but I won't say it on the radio. They don't want to talk to me. I got plenty to say for them.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Bye. I don't even know how to respond. Al, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hey, considering how's everything going, he was allegedly running a prostitution ring.
No, it wasn't alleged. He got found guilty of it. He got found guilty of it.
Well, my thing is,
what?
What they might as well pardon. At least it wasn't forced, or it was a 14-year-old girl. Whatever person decides to do with their money is their business.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not when it's illegal.
Well, can't nobody tell you what to do with your money.
Yeah, they can.
That you work for.
You need to go look up the law, dude. In the state of Wisconsin and federally, they can tell you what to do, what you can't do with your money. They can even tell you where you can put it and where you can't put it, where you can hide it and where you can't.
I still disagree with
you can disagree, but the law already says that. Like the statute. Like you can disagree till you blue in the face for an eternity.
I just feel like
but the law is the law.
But I feel like because the law is so crooked.
How's the law crooked? How?
It's been crooked.
Explain to me how the law is crooked.
Well, I'm going to be explained to you. When you look at the comparisons of black and white people.
That's not what I'm talking about. That ain't what I'm
explain how the law is crooked.
I said a statute, a law. I didn't say the people. How are laws crooked?
Well, what's good for one is not good for the other.
Okay.
And we just have to use what we see.
Okay.
So they might as well be pardoned. There ain't no 14 kids being raped on an island, right?
You can't compare one to the other. Every case has its own, because every case has its own set of evidence, and you can't take something somebody else did and blame me for it. You got to blame me for what?
No, we're not blaming you for it.
The system works. See, that's what proves to me black people have no idea how the justice system works, and they don't want to hear anybody tell them anything because what they know or what they get on TikTok or IG, that's what it is. And it's wrong, and that's why you get jammed up in the system.
Okay, all I'm saying is,
yes, sir.
We have our reasons to look at the justice system.
But they're wrong.
The way we do.
But they're wrong,
because
and they're causing you to do and say things. I'm well aware of that. However, it's causing you to do and say things that are incorrect and getting yourself jammed up with wrong and erroneous information, thinking you can get over when you can't, thinking you can get out when you can't, because you don't understand the system. And then when somebody tries to tell you, nobody wants to hear it. So then, okay.
All I'm saying is Dr. Ken, when it comes to your house, you are the law. And can't nobody tell you what to do in your house because you're the law.
What
they cannot.
Constitution? Okay, all right. Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
What planet do you live on? You get into an argument in your apartment, your neighbor called the police. Police are coming in your house. You can't do whatever you want in your house. Man, you better wake up. And if you think that's true, I guess that's why a lot of people sitting in jail. Because they think they can do what they want in their house. I can do what I want. I can smoke weed. I can beat my wife. I can stab my husband. I can do anything I want. No, you cannot. There's a social contract people expect to have between them. You don't act the fool. I don't act the fool. If I do act the fool, as long as I stay out of your way and don't impede you in your life, I can act the fool and whatever consequences come. But you can't just do what you want to do. And guess what? You can complain about America if you want to. Move to another country. Get up and get out. Leave and see how they treat you. They will lock your behind up so fast. But what did I do? No, you tried to come into the country with drugs. What? Brittany Griner had what? Oil. Not the drug. Oil. And spent how many years in a gulag in Russia? Dude, stop. You need to quit. They don't have their system was, hi, we're going to have, who has a one-day trial for drugs? Yes, you was at the airport? Yes. That's your bag? Yeah. That's in your bag? Yes. Guilty? Boom. 10 years. Or however many years she got. Like, really? For some marijuana oil. Not weed. Wasn't smoking it. Oil. Put it on stuff. And come on now. And it probably wasn't even 8. But yet, that's that. I mean, and then you complain about a system that you don't understand. You don't want anybody to explain it to you because you are comfortable knowing that you're wrong. And then when it doesn't work, see, that's why it doesn't work. The system was never meant to work that way. It was never meant to work that way. Everybody, I can't believe, oh my God, Biden is giving all these pardons. Look at all the other presidents that get pardons. Look at the pardons Obama gave. Obama pardoned some people. I was like, dude, are you out of your mind? It was political, as it always is. And that's the president's power. This is something you got to live with. The justice system, as long as you understand it, you can work your way through it. Those that don't understand can't work their way through it. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines. You can do all that side by side. But you got to stop by soon. You got one day. If you order by July 31st, that's tomorrow, you get 0% interest for up to 5 years, but certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. See, I went to public school. I could spell. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
A very wet ride for you this afternoon, and that means you have to have your headlights on, so make sure you do that to stay safe, basically. It's very wet and very slow. Southbound 4394, right about at Lapham, we've got a crash off on the right shoulder. East and westbound 94 heading through the stadium area is just going to be brutal. You're basically bumper to bumper anywhere between the Zoo and the Marquette interchange, so keep that in mind since the Brewer game's letting out. You're going to see big delays. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Showers ending hopefully today. Cloudy, breezy, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, and refreshing, a high of 72. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl Noni Juice for Steinhafels. And are you looking for your best night's sleep? Well, you can get it with a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhafels. Experience Tempur-Pedic's advanced pressure-relieving power designed to help make aches and pains a thing of the past. Right now, Queen Hybrids start at just $52 a month with Steinhafels 60-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Upgrade with an anti-snore adjustable base for your best sleep yet. Steinhafels is your mattress destination. Shop in-store or online today.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, you know, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion, and sometimes people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive on collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, you know, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, like that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Thanks to Andrew Vaughn and Milwaukee Brewers beating the Chicago Cubs in Game 2 of their 3-game series. This one by a final score of 9-3.
Breaking ball, hit high, hit deep, left center, bye-bye baseball!
Vaughn with the grand slam helps power the Brewers to their 64th win of the year, now have a 2-game lead on the Cubs. Game 3 is scheduled for this afternoon over at American Family Field. And lastly, we'll head over to the NFL as training camp has rolled on for the Packers up in Green Bay. Earlier this week, head coach Matt LaFleur speaking on the growth of his quarterback, Jordan Love.
Yeah, I think Jordan's really shown a ton of growth, and that's an area that we talked about in the offseason is just he's always had great ownership of what we're trying to get done out there. He understands why we're calling what we're calling.
A day off for the Packers at practice. They'll resume things tomorrow afternoon. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, Milwaukee, the time is almost here. We have been entering Truth fans into the Gruber Office's 5K giveaway for the last 3 months. And this Friday, today is Wednesday. This Friday, we finally pick our one call, that's all, $5,000 giveaway winner. So be sure to tune in to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace this Friday, 12 noon, so you don't miss your call, because if you are a qualifier and you miss your call, we just go to the next caller until we find our $5,000 winner. And that's not caller. That's entry. Like, because you don't call to get it. We call you. So anyway, if you don't, you're not going to get $5,000. And if you don't get $5,000, or if you're not by your phone, like, can you imagine being there and you see that you got a phone call from the Truth and you know that you missed your $5,000? Like, I would just, like, can you imagine that? Anyway, the big Gruber 5K giveaway this Friday on Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth Milwaukee Black Talk. Because if you miss it, it's on you. I'm sorry. It's on you. You missed X's and this and that, and then by the time you're done, hey, excuse me, yeah, here's your dollar. What happened to the $4,999? Taxes. Oh, I don't know what the taxes are. I kind of have an idea, but it's based on what you have and what you pay and what you do. Yeah. So before the break, we were talking about Diddy, whether or not he. Oh, and by the way, what was her name? Katie? There's your Sade. Even though you were wrong, there's your Sade. And somebody corrected me on the talk and text line. He did not get convicted of racketeering. He was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, but acquitted of the more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. And the specific charges he was found guilty are related to arranging the travel of individuals to go and have sex with people. He faced a maximum of 10 years for each count, and he was found not guilty of racketeering, and he could have carried a life sentence, and also not guilty on 2 counts of sex trafficking. So, and then they denied him bail. His lawyers requested a $50 million bail. They said no. He would have done better just asking for bail and having them set the number. It probably would have been lower than $50 million. But because they said $50 billion and they know that he's worth almost $1 billion, if not $1 billion, they were like, nah. No, that's like the first person to blink, wins or loses. That's what that was. The lawyers blinked. Oh, what about 50? No. What's it going to take for my client to get out of jail on bond? And then let them set the number. Or let them say he can't. But don't give the number first. They're like, so what's it going to cost for me to buy your house? Right? Don't say, I'll buy your house for $400,000. And you're at like $350. They're like, nah, because somebody else already. Never be the person to give a number first. I like when I go into an auto place and they're like, well, how much money do you have to give? I say, that's irrelevant. How much is the car? What's the interest rate? Or better yet, just how much is the car? And I always fool them. I act like I'm going to finance the car. And they give me a number, they give me a discount, they give me all this stuff and all this thing. And then they say, okay, here it is. It's okay. I said, let me think about it. I'll be back in about an hour. Go to my credit union or my bank, get my money, come back. I said, can I get a copy of this? He goes, sure. I said, because we want to talk about it. And I go back and give him an exact dollar check for that amount. Oh, well, no, this is what you gave me, right? This is what it says. So this is what we're doing. I didn't drive away with the car, so it doesn't matter if I signed for it. I'm just, I'm not a lawyer, but don't go for that. But I'm just saying. So this is what you said, right? Yeah, okay, here's your check. Because what they were expecting is they'll give you a deal if they know, because they're going to make a mint off of what? Interest. So you're going to be paying on it, and they're going to be making extra money on every payment. Because you know how interest works, right? They set it up so you pay more interest at the beginning of the loan instead of the end of the loan. So I'm like, nah, that's okay. We'll negotiate a deal. Well, we got to run your credit. Why? Like, that was the first thing. Guy come in, hey, here. I said, what's this? Oh, that's our credit. I said, I don't care about that. I'm not running anything with you. It's none of your business yet. I said, we haven't made a decision yet. No. Here, you need to sign that. I said, I'm not signing it. I'm like, what are you, an idiot? Like, I'm not signing that. And you're not checking my background. Like, we're here to look at a car. We're going to look at a car. Well, I need you to fill out the credit. No. I said, now you're just, and I literally told him, now you're just being racist. And now you're being stupid. And now we're not going to buy a car here. Goodbye. And I'm out. And I left. One guy was like, well, we got the car, but it's at another dealership. I said, time out. So you want me to buy a car that I didn't drive that's at another dealership and I don't even know if it exists? Well, it's in our book right here. Dude, bye. I don't like car salespeople at all. They're doofus. And they think you're stupid. Now, this is how much money I have. I want to buy that car. And I'm not paying that price for it. So you need to talk to me. And if I got to pay that price, you got to add stuff to the car. That's it. Full stop. I don't really care about anything else. Well, I don't. Okay, well then buy. Oh, wait. No, wait, nothing. You have 30 seconds to figure out what you're going to give me for me to buy that car to pay the price that you want me to pay. We're not going to haggle, because you said no haggling, right? Yeah, we're not going to haggle. What do I get extra? I got all brand new cloth mats. You know, the kind with the rubber and then cloth with the name emblem on it. And I got a hat. And he almost lost it for the hat. Oh, I'll throw in I'll throw in some mat. No. See, mats come under yours. I want the hat. You're about to lose the sale of a car over an overpriced hat. It's up to you. I still got that hat at home.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 5th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Atlanta Braves.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in August 5th at 6:15 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design.
Great impressions.
Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Health starts early. Outreach's Healthy Starts, Healthy Hearts will bring together experts to help you shape your child's lifelong physical and mental well-being. Whether you're an expectant parent or provider, this event is for you. The event is free at our Capitol Drive location and open to all families. Call 414-727-6320 to register today. That's 414-727-6320. Outreach. Healthcare with Heart.
Need health care but don't have insurance? City on the Hills Health Clinic offers free medical care, mental health counseling, and dental hygiene services for uninsured and underinsured Milwaukee residents. They're on a mission to end generational poverty in all its forms, and you can be a beneficiary of it. If you've got a heart for Milwaukee and qualify as a Milwaukee resident, take advantage of City on the Hills Health Clinic today. Just visit cityonthehillmke.org. That's cityonthehillmke.org. City on the Hill, hope, healing, and health for our city. Visit City on the Hill today.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Once you know, you can't not know. Do you know about the black eagle? Let me tell you about the black eagle. Strong and powerful, king of the sky, protecting all things with his watchful eyes. Faithful creature to the Most High. What are the visions that he holds? You never know unless you've been there. You never know unless you've been there.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. RC said, note, call Dr. Ken next time buying a car. I just have this thing about people being taken advantage of. If you're fair and you're straight up and you tell me this is what it is, this is what it costs, this is what you get, then I could go, yes, I want it. No, I don't want it. But when people just out and out lie to you or think you're stupid and they can just make you do something. Well, if you don't have a credit and you don't have this and you don't have that, we're not going to even talk. I'm not buying a car from you. And it was a Honda dealership. I walked out of that dealership and I said, never again. And I think I told everybody named Mama, don't buy from there.
Unless you've been there.
I'm just saying. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sir Sean said, how about you spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? How about you spell one of these? Anti-disestablishmentarianism or noxamoxanillohilapilification. How about you knock out one of those? Yeah, that's what I thought. He said, here's what you and anyone should do when buying a car. If you know, but they don't know you have cash to outright buy the car you're interested in, just pump fake the financing. That's what I always do. And they give you your needed, okay, it was the deal that they give you. If you need it, then pay that bad boy off in 90 to 120 days so that you don't incur any interest whatsoever. That's not true. You incur interest, and the reason why your payment doesn't start for a month or two later is so you can build up interest at the beginning. So what you want to do is buy your car on Monday or Tuesday and pay it off Friday, because it's going to take a few days for them to process it and get it in the system. So wait till, buy it on Monday, Friday, call and say, what's the payout? I need to pay out for this particular date, how much interest has accrued, and then I'm paying it off. And then pay it off with the interest and be done. And they get a bare minimum commission. Their commission is only like 7% anyway. But 7% on a $50,000 car, if 10% is 5, that's decent. But that's not my problem. Your commission ain't my problem. I don't care. You know why? It's my money. It's not your money. Hey, by the way, I want to say congratulations to MPS. So there was an article written by the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel on JS Online. How big are classroom sizes? Here's what we found in our first public analysis. Why are you all going after MPS now? They're this and they're not keeping up with the class sizes, and they're not pointing out all these little things. Class sizes frequently exceed policies and standards. Well, you got to hire more teachers. You got less teachers, and kids still got to come to school because it's compulsory. Then you got to have bigger class. Why now? You get a new superintendent. Why now? First grade and kindergarten, 25%. The reality, 18% of schools have a roster of 25 and about 38 have a size over 25. Oh, my God. And then if they didn't do it, you'd be complaining that they did the opposite. MPS can't win to save their life. If they do something great, I praise them. If they do something bad, I bang on them. But when they're trying to get it right, and you got newspapers, look at this. Why are you doing that? Is the teachers union giving you a poke? Hey, did y'all look here and see? They're starting to find everything. They did the same thing with the new superintendents that came, unless it was somebody that the school union wanted. If the teachers union wanted you, then you did great. And they can work with everything. And if the teachers union don't want you, they don't want you. And I don't think they want her, which means she's going to do a great job. She's going to handle it like she's supposed to, and y'all still going to get mad. And the teachers union going to still try to get rid of her with these little articles that pop up out of nowhere. Class sizes impact student achievement and teacher retention. Well, then help them get some teachers. Use your newspaper to put ads in to get more teachers for MPS. How's that? Put your money where your mouth is. That's all I'm saying. So go right ahead and do it. You're doing great.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival, and you don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Maya is always on the move, and so is her money. Buy this here, deposit that there. She and her money are a lot to keep track of. Good thing Maya banks with Landmark Credit Union and uses their amazing mobile app. Maya checks her balance, deposits checks, pays bills, even transfers money between friends. So while Maya is coming and going, she can see her funds coming, going, and, best of all, growing. Landmark Credit Union. Banking made easy. Insured by NCUA.
Black Arts Fest MKE is back Saturday, August 2nd on the Summerfest grounds from noon to 10 p.m. Celebrate Black culture with R&B legends Carl Thomas, Kevin Ross, and Star Red with a Corvette car showcase, Buffalo Soldier horse rides, and a full food truck village along with the return of the dynamic Divine 9-Day Party. General admission is only $30. Kids 7 and under are free. And if you're one of the first 100 guests to sign the Peace Pledge between 12 and 1 p.m., you get in free too, courtesy of New Pitts Mortuary. See you at Black Arts Fest MKE.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Milwaukee County Executive David Crawley signs legislation to redevelop and restore the Mitchell Park domes. Last week, the Milwaukee County Board of Supervisors passed a plan to commit $30 million in capital funding for the restoration of the Mitchell Park domes. The project will be funded through a public-private partnership with the Milwaukee Domes Alliance, formerly Friends of the Domes. The county's financial contribution will leverage additional private and philanthropic contributions to advance the project. A Wisconsin man has pleaded guilty to smuggling lab equipment to Russian companies in a violation of U.S. sanctions. Online court records show 68-year-old Andrew Pogosin of Madison entered the plea in federal court on Tuesday. Pogosin faced several charges, as federal prosecutors claimed he worked through his company, Omega Diagnostics LLC, to ship laboratory equipment to Russian companies, including one that performed chemical research for the Russian military. He faces up to 35 years in prison when sentenced on October 7th. One person is under arrest after crashing their car into a school in Caledonia. Police responded just after 2 a.m. this morning to Olympia Brown School near 5.5 Mile and Novak roads. Witnesses saw cars speeding toward the school and then a loud boom as a car struck the building and crashed into a classroom. The car then drove further into the school into another classroom, causing significant damage. The 23-year-old driver from Racine was arrested for OWI. No other injuries were reported. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Y'all got a party going on up in there? Yeah. X is in there, DJ Brother Z. How come you don't have a nickname, Kyle? What's your nickname?
Just Kyle Wallace.
Hmm. We got DJ Brother Z, yeah. We got X, yeah. We got Dr. Ken, yeah. And Kyle. See, you gotta, like, you didn't have one when you was playing ball at Whitewater? You didn't have a nickname or something?
Yeah.
Watch this. What was your line name?
Stronghold.
Yeah, we'll stick with Kyle. We're going to be in Stronghold. Okay, we can work with that. Stronghold. Okay. What number were you?
Come on, football or in? I was at Track Club, 3.
Okay. All right. If you was in Illinois, you'd have been a Quasimodo, but, you know, you're not big enough. I know you don't know nothing about that. Don't know. 833-212-1017. I can see you as a Trey. Yep, for sure. I know. I know. I got nothing. I have no idea what you are talking about, Kyle Wallace. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is a non-hazing organization. We support. Okay, it is though. 833-212-1017 is the number.
Number 5.
So, you remember I was talking about last week about moving to a suburb and being white or black, living in a white suburb? Yeah, we can forget all that. From news1.com, Milwaukee resident Jesse Watkins. Have you heard? So Jesse, a while ago, got stopped by the Popo in Waukesha. So evidently, Jesse was driving, and when they pulled him over, he had 2 cell phones. And they thought that was suspicious. What are you doing with 2 cell phones? So they put him in handcuffs, and they detained him to find out why he had 2 cell phones. Now, if he was speeding or something, write him a ticket. If he was parked kind of crazy, write him a ticket. But the fact that you suspected that he had 2 cell phones, oh my God. Well, he's a black barber from Milwaukee, and he said he felt humiliated. He feels like he was profiled. And so Milwaukee resident Jesse Watkins has filed a federal lawsuit against Waukesha police officers who he says racially profiled him when they stopped and detained him after he pulled over to the side of the road to send a text message and refused to believe he had 2 cell phones because he owns a business, not because he was a drug dealer. Number 1, why would a drug dealer need 2 phones when he deals drugs on his phone? There's no such thing as a burner phone. Today, you can track a phone anywhere. The only thing you can't track is something like WhatsApp because it's encrypted, or Signal. What? That makes no sense at all. No sense at all. So they thought he was a drug dealer, and it's demonstrated by the body cam footage of the stop. So the body cam footage shows officers approaching Watkins and questioning him about the multiple phones he had. Without further explanation, officers asked him to exit the vehicle and immediately escorted him away. He said, "What's suspicious about what I'm doing?" He said, "You're parked in a known drug dealing area. It's a third-party vehicle." Yeah, because I guess you can't rent a car nowadays. You know that. You can't rent or lease a car because that makes the police suspicious. I don't know. I'm being silly. You have 2 phones. You're smoking. A known drug dealing area? Hello? That's like saying being in America, we're going to stop you because we don't like guns. In America, they're everywhere. In pretty much every other household, and there are multiple guns. Officers proceeded to pat him down, searched his pockets, and placed him in handcuffs. And so if an officer tells a civilian he's being detained because he's parked in a known drug dealing area, I don't know if that's reasonable suspicion. That's a stop. You can do that. Does the civilian even begin to dispute that on the spot? Well, if you're in a drug area and they suspect you of it, they can detain you. They can't detain you for long, but they can stop you and they can say, "Hey, what are you doing here? Blah, 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 blah." Can the officer be compelled to prove on the spot that they are in a known drug trafficking area? Well, the officer should know. It's not like you're in Illinois where it's a drug smoking state. But in Wisconsin, you know where the drugs are. You know where the drugs are sold. And I can understand the stop initially, but what they should have done, this is me. I'm giving you some cop 101. I'm trying to teach all the new cops. When you see a person pulled over to the road, why did you go talk to him? Right? Your job as a law enforcement officer is to make sure citizens are safe. You're simply checking to see, "Sir, are you okay? I saw you pulled over to the road. You're over here." Then if something else develops, like you smell marijuana or the person's movement, like goes to hide stuff and all that, then you have reasonable suspicion and say, "Okay, what's in your car? Let me see your hands, blah, blah," and you could go from there. But sitting on the side of the road where you pulled over and you're on the phone and you're smoking, like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If this is what the case is, and if all of this is factual and there's no more additional information, I think Waukesha going to have a hard time beating this one. The facts of this case: a uniformed officer observed a illegally parked vehicle in a clearly no parking zone in overnight hours. Okay. Due to the vehicle's heavily tinted windows and its location, officer made consensual contact with the vehicle to investigate the circumstances. Heavily tinted windows can prevent officers from seeing inside the vehicle, which can pose safety concerns, especially during nighttime. As such, we were unable to identify if anyone's in the vehicle. The officer approached to make contact and to determine if any assistance was needed or if any violations were occurring. The department has also dismissed his claim of racial profiling by noting his windows are tinted, so officers couldn't have seen that he's black, which might, well, again, cops in their brain seem to only think that it's the initial part, but it's the entire stop that dictates whether or not you're doing it because I'm black. So if you make the assumption and I happen to be black, it can still count. Anyway, I'm not a lawyer. Department said it takes such concerns seriously. However, it's important to clarify the officer could not see inside the vehicle or determine. And so, officer, what should you have done? Now, I'm armchair quarterbacking, just so you know. What should the officer have done? Sir, what? Can you do me a favor? Yes. Is there anyone else in your car? Yes or no? Okay. Do me a favor. Can I see both of your hands? Can you put them out the window? Open your door from the outside and then step out and come talk to me. Like literally that simple. Then somebody else could go check the car. You could talk to him. What's going on? Are you okay? Check his welfare. Nah, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. You're just coming up with what you think. Being detained for what? For being black? For being black in Waukesha? Well, Watkins explained he had pulled over to avoid texting while driving. The officer responded skeptically. If you think I'm going to buy that you're pulled over to text, does this look like my first day? So the guy tells you the truth, and you basically tell him he's lying. Now, that's a normal thing. That's what cops do. They check your story. They press your story. I don't believe you. Look at my phone then. The officer said, nobody does that, dude. Body camera reveals he remained in handcuffs for 30 minutes while officers called the sheriff's office and a canine to sniff his car for drugs. 30 minutes is a bit long. They found a THC vape, but after realizing he had no drugs to sell, they released him without citations. Yeah, I'd sue you too. Yeah, I'd probably sue you too. You didn't have the smell of anything and you didn't find drugs. There's no reason to call a dog. None. Whatever. Yes, I'm armchair quarterbacking, but it is what it is. So now there's a federal lawsuit. We'll keep track of it. Who knows? But guess what? That wasn't the only dumb move in Wisconsin.
Number 4.
Another Journal Sentinel. Representative Tom Tiffany and other Wisconsin House Republicans are holding a hearing on immigration. Now get this. Whoever wrote this story is biased. And if you're going to write a story, Kelly Meyerhofer, write a story without the first line that says foreign professors are caught in the crosshairs of U.S. Representative Tom Tiffany. We don't care about your opinion, even though you might believe it's fact. Just tell the story. Republican congressman representing northwestern Wisconsin introduced a bill in Congress to end an exception of the H-1B visa program that allows universities to hire an unlimited number of specialized workers for other countries. He said American students spend years earning degrees only to watch universities hand good-paying jobs to foreign workers on special visas. And his bill ends the backdoor hiring practice that undercut American workers. Can you prove that? What American workers do you know are going to go work at a university in a highly skilled job in some science professions? I'm just saying. Local immigration attorney said universities generally hire H-1B workers as a last resort for specialized jobs they're unable to fill with U.S. workers. To Tiffany, though, universities feeling forced to look overseas for qualified applicants is a red flag for higher education as a whole. He told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, if we have to go to other countries to get the best and the brightest, that is a real indictment of our education system, both here in Wisconsin and in America. He didn't say you had to go over there and get your best and brightest. You're not listening, Mr. Tiffany. They said hard to fill because the private sector pays significantly more money. Now, if you weren't making your money as a political individual getting elected to office, you too might see, there are some jobs that can't be filled because we don't have people here with the degrees and because other people in other countries want to do the job. But I know that's a stretch. That might be a really, really big stretch. Oh, by the way, you ever been to the domes? Oh, the near south side? Been to the domes? Okay. Can I take a bus to the domes? Is there a bus? Okay.
Number 3.
Culminating a decade of talks on how to save the Mitchell Park domes, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley signed off today on a plan to infuse $30 million into the redevelopment and restoration of the local landmark. So let me get this right. MCTS, Milwaukee County Transit System, is $100 million in the hole, but we popped 30 for the domes. The domes have been a dilemma for the county, with many weighing in on how best to preserve the site amid growing safety concerns. How about tear them down? A decline in visitors, tear it down. Staffing issues, tear it down. A drop in donations, tear it down. Uncertain fiscal stability. But because of that, you come up with $30 million. Not him, but the actual board of supervisors. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. But we've had it so long. See, that's what's wrong with Milwaukee. Instead of moving forward or creating something that's going to build out and be better and new like a Calatrava. What do? We hold on to old stuff, and then we keep repairing it and fixing it when nobody comes. A local group, Milwaukee Domes Alliance, pitched a plan that would feature a three-pronged approach for funding, a mixture of donations, tax credits, and county funds. They want to reinvest in a landmark like Mitchell Park, which I think is a good idea. Where it's located, it's a last-ditch effort to save the domes from possible demolition. The $133 million plan, funded primarily through public-private partnership, would bring about renovation and expansion, with the county footing $30 million over a 6-year period. Why? Hey, you want the domes? Yeah, you pay for them. But now we don't live like that. And I get it. It's a political thing. It's a park. Somebody gave you money, I guess. But I just don't get it. Well, I guess it's MPD's turn. It's just their day today. But they got some explaining to do.
Number 2.
From WISN.com, a 17-year-old babysitter faces charges in connection with the death of a 7-month-old baby here in Milwaukee. Incident occurred July 10th at a home near 41st and Concordia while the infant's mother was at work. According to the criminal complaint, Herson Patrick was watching a 7-month-old and an 18-month-old when the younger child became unresponsive. Mother returned home to find her 7-month-old son unresponsive, not breathing, and she called 911. Patrick told investigators the baby was fine just 30 minutes before first responders arrived at the scene. An autopsy revealed the child had numerous internal injuries consistent with blunt force trauma. So is there anything different about this story? The last line. A warrant has been issued for Patrick's arrest. Where is he? Where is he? So he's been charged, and evidently they got a picture of him, so he's been arrested somewhere, but now they're looking for him. How'd he get away? Hey, MPD, can y'all explain that one to me? How did somebody get away when there's a suspected child abuse? You got his name, you got his information. Like what? Like, I don't really understand that. I don't get that. Did y'all order people into the DA's office to get it reviewed? Like something? Did y'all hold them until y'all, like what? Or maybe it has to do with the way MPD is told how they can handle people now because of that idiotic agreement they have. Oh, well.
Number 1.
From Fox6Now.com. Milwaukee Police Department said a pursuit began around 9:22 p.m. yesterday near Humboldt and Pleasant. And according to officers, they observed a reckless vehicle attempted to make a stop. The driver refused, and the vehicle pursuit ensued. The pursuit ended when the driver struck another vehicle at North Humboldt Avenue and West Brady, about a mile and a half away. 28-year-old motorist of the other vehicle sustained fatal injuries and was pronounced dead at the hospital. He was identified by Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office as El Mokhtar Sadia. A passenger of the vehicle sustained non-life-threatening injuries and is being treated at the hospital. There's a video from a business across the street that caught the crash, and other people who live nearby say reckless driving is nothing new. Charges are now pending with the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. So are we going to stop chases? Like, is it over now? Is it time to stop chasing again? When Ed Flynn was here, no more chases, and people lost their minds. Now, I'm sure chases occur every single day, and every single day they get people in custody or they get away. This is the second death in, I think, this month, maybe? I got to double check. In terms of someone being killed in a vehicular accident. Well, technically it's not a vehicular accident, it's a vehicular crash. And so we need to figure out what we're going to do about this. I think we need Alper to read plates. We need cars that I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. We're getting, it's ironic, I know, tongue in cheek. We're becoming a police state, which begs the question, when we come back, which one would you choose? Or can you get both? Justice or safety? 833-212-1017 is the number. Which one would you prefer, justice or safety? But can you get both? And if you can get both, I want to know how. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you?
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Just coolin'.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, make sure you tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Black Business Give Back Spotlight this Friday. We got a lot of stuff going on this Friday. We got Gruber this Friday during Kyle's show, and between my show and Tori Lowe's show at 3:57 p.m., we have Black Business Give Back. Kyle Wallace, again, it'll be his day. We'll be joined by Trelly Mack, CEO of Hard Labor Entertainment. They'll be discussing Trelly's thriving clothing brand and how he went from an entertainer to a successful clothing designer by networking with the right people. So tune in. Black Business Give Back Spotlight with Hard Labor Entertainment this Friday, 3:57, right here between the Tory Lowe Show and me, Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. 833-212-1017 is the number. Now, Dimitri, you can go somewhere and sit down. You can quit harassing me about playing. Okay, I'm just kidding. Want to say thank you for hanging out. Remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, every time we pop up live, you'll be right there. Reginald say, don't miss the $5,000 Gruber Greenbacks this Friday. And Double R said, nah, I ain't paying no taxes. The forms you have to fill out, yeah, they taking tax, player. I don't know how you tripping like that, but yeah. Okay. And you have to be a qualifier. So if you didn't qualify, you're not going to be one of the winners. Only qualifiers are eligible to be winners. You should have been listening for the last 3 months as we went through each show and took qualifiers every show 5 days a week, right? A different show had one so there's no excuse. You could have called 10,587 times. You should have used AI to call. I'm just saying. LaRon said there's been 10 or more superintendents of MPS since I was a child, and MPS is still failing. Hey, LaRon, did MPS fail you? I'm asking. In all seriousness. LaRon said the only constant in this variable are the parents. So if the constant is the only thing that remains, I don't know what that means. You gonna finish that? LaRon said in the 80s and 90s, if you were black and had a beeper or a phone, you were a drug dealer. Did they have phones in the 1990s? I don't think so. Well, they had cell phones, but they were kind of still too expensive. It wasn't until the mid-90s, maybe early 2000s, when phones became fairly cheap. And then Apple came out with that monstrosity of an iPhone. And then when they sold so many of them, they figured we could charge more money. iPhones just became ridiculous, thousands of dollars. They probably make them in China for like $5 a piece. So, I don't know. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real said, I hit a skunk before, got pulled over. They said my car smelled like weed. Well, you got to think about it. If you smoke weed and you smell like that, you're probably not going to be liked anyway. I mean, think about that. The smell of it. SC said, that's what I hate about car chases. Someone was just killed on a bus stop at Sherman and Fond du Lac. Dimitri said, thank you, Dr. Harris. I won't bother you anymore. We know that's not true, because then the next time you want to hear a song, you're going to call me and say, hey, can you play the song? And that's okay. I appreciate it. We got to do something about it. They need to put, you know what? We need to block off Brady Street. We need to just make Brady Street a closed street. No buses, no cars, and you can just party there. Put the cops out there, put a substation, and everybody just party. That's what y'all do on the north end of Water Street, right? Where all the white folks go and all the black people, everybody, they just put up. And then the south end, they got nothing. Some things never change, I guess. Because you get to just do whatever you want to do with whoever you want to do it. And if people don't like it, it's too bad. 833-212-1017 is the number. And now with 1017 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
It is a slow ride out there, southbound 43, slowing from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette interchange, all the way down to about Howard Avenue. On the northbound side, we've got some backups basically just north of Lapham. By the way, the southbound side has an accident at Lapham, so that's off on the shoulder. Those northbound delays, though, continue all the way up through the Marquette up to about Keefe. There is also a broken down vehicle on 43 southbound in the center lane right about at Highland Avenue, so that's also going to be adding to your headaches. Southbound 41, a heavy ride from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. Northbound slow from about Watertown Plank Road all the way past Hampton, and then big delays pretty much all the way around the block on the bypass from the Zoo interchange down to the Hale all the way on to 894 eastbound almost to Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, showers ending, cloudy, breezy, a low of 64. Tomorrow mostly sunny, breezy, and refreshing, a high of 72. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
With Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
It's your girl Noni Juice for Sweet Talks. Self-love isn't selfish. Feeling confident improves all aspects of your character, and no one understands that quite like Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Step into their judgment-free zone, where a staff of registered nurse injectors leads the way, recommending Botox, Dysport, or Daxify. Sweet Talks goes beyond injectables, though. They offer facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. See why you'll want to join thousands of loyal patients at sweettalks.com.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Carrie Noni with her truth.
Lately, I've been feeling it too, like I'm just stuck in a loop. It feels like the days have just been blurring together. You wake up, go to work, run errands, maybe squeeze in something for yourself if there's time, and repeat. There's like this heaviness in the air, like everyone's moving, but no one is living. But then I remembered something very simple. You have enough time until you don't. How many times have you said that you wanted to read that book, take that trip, learn that new recipe, or even try that new hobby? But instead, we wait. We say, oh, maybe next month, or once I'm less busy. But time doesn't wait. If we're not careful, life becomes just a list of responsibilities. Being someone's wife, someone's mom, a coworker, a student, a provider. And we forget who we are outside of that. So I'm reminding you to break the cycle. You owe it to yourself and to those around you to finally live up to your wildest dreams, the ones that you had before you carried all these titles and were still full of life. So do something new, something that's just for you. Be open to discovery, because that feeling you get when you uncover something new that you love or something that you've always wanted to accomplish, that little spark, it's everything. And they say there's no time like the present. And to be honest, we should respect the concept of time a whole lot more. So let's not miss our chance to feel alive. Let's not forget that life isn't just meant to be survived, it's meant to be felt. So yeah, you have the time. Just don't waste it.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin' and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Thanks to Andrew Vaughn and Milwaukee Brewers beating the Chicago Cubs in Game 2 of their 3-game series. This one by a final score of 9-3.
Breaking ball. Hit high. Hit deep. Left center. Bye-bye baseball.
Vaughn with the grand slam helps power the Brewers to their 64th win of the year. Now have a 2-game lead on the Cubs. Game 3 is scheduled for this afternoon over at American Family Field. And lastly, we'll head over to the NFL as training camp has rolled on for the Packers up in Green Bay. Earlier this week, head coach Matt LaFleur speaking on the growth of his quarterback, Jordan Love.
Yeah, I think Jordan's really shown a ton of growth. And that's an area that we talked about in the offseason is just he's always had great ownership of what we're trying to get done out there. He understands why we're calling what we're calling.
A day off for the Packers at practice. They'll resume things tomorrow afternoon. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Checking out Politico today. Evidently, the former vice president, who has weighed the decision for months, has decided not to run. She keeps her options open for 2028. She is not running for California governor, foregoing a shot at her home state's highest post to keep open the possibility of another run for the White House. Now, here's my question. You think Kamala Harris can win the White House? Absolutely not. And we need to stop dealing with things because the only lens we see out of is race. She's not going to win. And so let's not, if you can spin and outspin your opponent and spend over $1 billion and lose, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. Every single thing that came with winning a presidential election, they did. And that's what Democrats do. This is the formula that worked in the past. We're going to tell them these are the things that should be important to you, and then we're going to campaign on those things. People are telling you, we don't like immigration, we don't like inflation, we don't like, which the president can't control inflation. I don't care who the president, they can't control it. We don't like all these things. What do? Nope, you should be worried about LGBTQ+. You should be worried about voting. You should be worried, like all these other things that while they're important, that's not the issue today. And they told you that's not the issue. But you decided, as usual, because that's what Democrats do, they tell you what to think, they tell you what to vote for, and then they dismiss you after they're in. Except this time it didn't work. And they get egg on their face. And so I stop people who are screaming this, Democrat, 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 and I go, why? Like, why do you actually vote Democrat? Not saying it's wrong. Not saying you shouldn't. But why do you? Because when you don't know, you're just doing it out of emotion. You're doing it because your parents voted that way. You're doing it for things that happened 50 years ago that are now infrequent occurrences. I'm not saying racism don't occur. I'm not saying bias and prejudice and all that stuff doesn't occur, but I'm saying it's not as frequent as it was. And your anecdotal idea of what you think something is, it's cute, but it's really not factual. And so we need to take a step back and start saying these are the things that we want and these are the things you have to do. We voted Evers into office, but he really hasn't done anything. And then when you say, well, you haven't done anything, he blames COVID. COVID's been over for 5 years. Well, no, 3 years. COVID's been over. We got more shootings, more stabbings, more car crashes, more killing, more everything. Nothing. Because he don't care about Milwaukee. He's shown that he doesn't care about Milwaukee. And then all your Democratic friends in Milwaukee say, vote for him, vote for him, vote for him. And then you vote, but then you don't get nothing. Then they decide we're not giving you no money. You got to negotiate with Republicans, right? Nope. You have no input or inroads into the Republican Party. None. And then you're on the outside looking in. You're on the outside of the Democratic Party looking in. And so I ask the question again, justice or safety? Or can you have both? I have an idea of what it's going to take to get both, but I want to hear what you have to say. 833-212-1017. Which one do you choose? Do you choose justice? Do you choose safety? Or do you choose justice and safety? But if you choose justice and safety, how are you going to get that accomplished? How do you get it accomplished? I have my ideas of how you can accomplish it. I have my ideas of the things you can do to get justice and safety. My issue is most people won't like it. Most people won't like what they would have to do in order to get justice and safety. Because when you do that, it causes angst in the community. And so I ask, which one? Safety or justice? Because when you get justice, your idea of justice is what? Black people not going to jail, high incarceration rate. So we let them out, and then they come back and terrorize the community they left. If you want safety, that means you got to lock people up. And if you lock people up, your neighborhood will be safe. But then you'll be complaining. There's mass incarceration. You're locking people up. Which one you want? Justice or safety? 833-212-1017 is the number.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Make sure to tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Milwaukee Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. The guest for the Spotlight this week will be Tamara Castle, CRA Mortgage Loan Officer at Associated Bank. Tamara will discuss best practices for homeowners when choosing a bank to partner with and what things to look for when doing so. That's the Milwaukee Business Spotlight with Tamara Castle, CRA Mortgage Loan Officer at Associated Bank, this Thursday at 3:57 on 1017 The Truth.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. A friendly expert can go over Pella's endless possibilities for all price ranges, from colors to hardware to custom designs, ensuring you get the best possible look for your home. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you get the look you want at a price you can afford. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. It's off Blue Mound Road, kitty corner to Cops, or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season, you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals. I'm
very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best.
For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I see Gloria. I see talking text. It's all over the place, y'all. Let me see what the talking text line's talking about. All right, let me move over to the chat. Somebody say, what kind of bourbon in the cup? You do understand that if you have a FCC license, you can't drink or have drunk on the air. Just so you know. So no, there's nothing in the cup but WATER and then some coffee in the other one. So watch yourself. Is David Crowley a Democrat? Yes, he is. Nobody should be on the outside looking in because we pay taxes. Somebody says Scott Walker, Republican, tore the city of Milwaukee up. How's that? See, I like how people make statements. That Obama, he destroyed America. But then how? But nobody can say. Nobody can say. And here's a clue. He didn't create right to work. Like, what are you even talking about? He did not. It was already here. When I moved here in 1993, when he was in the legislature, he wasn't even what? Know your history. Wisconsin was always a right to work state. That's wrong. So here's the thing. We hear things and we hear what people did and we hear that and then we run with it and then we repeat it, but nobody goes back and checks, hey, were we ever a right to stay? Now what he did Act 10. Act 10 did not make us a right to work state. We were already a right to work state. That's why he was able to get away with Act 10. And so instead of checking Google or checking ChatGPT, go to the state legislature and check there. That's all I'm saying. I don't care. That's Google. Do you understand what labor law is and right to work? When I came to Wisconsin in 1993, Scott Walker wasn't governor, and we were a right to work state. So anyway, know your history. Know your history. Then somebody said that Scott Walker passed CCW knowing darn well he was going to happen. Now, CCW didn't cause people to shoot people? What are you talking? Guns just appeared when we got CCW. That's what I'm talking about. You can have your own opinion, but you can't have your own set of facts. Look it up. Look at what is codified in the state. It's there. Secretary of State got a copy of every single law and every statute that's ever passed and all the case law with it. Go look it up. And then make up your mind and then have a decision about what you want to say. But don't just go off what you heard without ever going back and saying, is this true? Or you just trust the person that tells you. If your mama and your daddy tell you something, verify it. with a legitimate source, not just, well, my friend said it's the same thing, so it's the same thing. I don't really get that. Gloria, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Yes. I'm fine. I'm hoping I can hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
Wonderful.
All right.
Yes, wonderful. First, I just want to say that I don't understand, and let me make my point briefly, hopefully, that I don't see President Trump as an advocate for the poor. However, I do want to state how Biden's platform was that he was going to strengthen the middle class. And I want to say for Sleepy Joe that due to his administration, I was able to buy me a house with the grant to support my business during COVID.
So wait. So you bought? No.
Yeah, I have a family daycare.
Because it sounded like you said you use government money.
This was a loan that I got doing the Sleepy Joe term here.
Okay.
And let me
what is
go
that?
on to say.
Okay, so are we talking about Democrats versus
I
Republicans?
want to say how
don't
is
raise your
Trump
voice,
going to
ma'am.
support?
Ma'am, don't raise your voice.
How is?
Don't holler. Please don't holler. What I'm asking is...
No harm intended.
I know.
I'm a little nervous.
I know.
This is my first time on.
Gloria,
and
you need not ever be scared or anything for calling. Absolutely. I was just trying to determine Republican versus Democrat. Absolutely, but time is rolling.
May
so
I
go right
calm
ahead.
down? Look here. I'm making a point. His platform, Joe's platform, that he was going to strengthen the middle class. He was able to liquidate $126,000 of student loan debt for me.
Okay, we're not. I'm asking about Republicans and Democrats.
I was asking.
Okay, we're not going to do that. What I'm talking about is you said you want to talk about Republicans and Democrats. We're not here to talk about what one person did and another person didn't. I'm done. Let me see if she done. You done?
I'm just about done. My question to you, Doctor. I can't even pick up your name right now. But anyway, excuse me, I'm a little nervous.
Ask your question.
Can you tell me how is it that Trump is going to support the poor during his administration?
Okay.
What benefits will we have by him being in office? I figure if a man cannot honor his own marriage.
Okay, I'm done. So you asked me a question and then you keep talking and you don't let me answer the question. I tell you I'm running out of time. So, I guess I have to handle that tomorrow because we don't have time today. But her question was, how does Trump help the poor? I haven't found a president in America that's ever helped the poor. That's just me. Help for the poor comes locally. Mayor, county, state. That's where the money is. That's where the money stays. And that's where the money goes from the poor to help. So let's start looking at that now that we have people running for governor. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. The analysis is coming up next. Then you'll get the Tory Lowe Show and on through the rebroadcast to little old me 22 hours from now. Thank you, X. Appreciate you. Hey, y'all. It's been a pleasure. Miss Sean, Dilgy 10, all y'all. Good to see you. Laron, everybody on the chat. Along with Chauncey. What's going on? Hey, God bless. Take care. I'm out.
Be quiet.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Coming with straight truth.
Be careful of the decisions that you make and the company that you keep, because that is going to determine a certain consequence. So you don't have to wait to go to prison, or you don't have to wait to figure it out what the consequences may be. All you got to do is look at your decision making and who you allow in your space. If they making wild decisions, wild things gonna happen. But you don't get to choose what wild things are gonna happen.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
I've got to share that I am also a beneficiary of the Old National Bank Empowerment Loan Program. So, Tracy, with that being said, what is the Empowerment Loan Program?
Great. Well, the Empowerment Loan Program is a special purpose loan program that we launched 2 years ago. It has been a success. It was something, again, near and dear to the heart of not only our chairman and CEO, but just our organization as a whole. We work with contractors, consulting firms, retail food operations, daycares. In fact, so far, we've approved $50 million of loans to minority and women-owned businesses within a 2-year period.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
This summer, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch, 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tori? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the lines, Dr. Umar
Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro.